So normally in the books of Nahu or the books of Arab and most other places, the usual standard is they say jar majroor become muta'alliq. That's what you may have studied before if you study anywhere else. Or any other teacher, anybody watching saying, well, this is, what's this? So this is, normally we've learned a jar majroor is muta'alliq. Yet here we're saying maf'ul ghayr sari. What's this maf'ul ghayr sari and muta'alliq? Why are you changing it? What's all of this about? So let me explain to you. This is a text from a standard book of Arab al-Quran. Now, this is how they would say. They say dhahaba fa'al madhi mabni. They don't have the mabni, they made it short. Lafz jalala is a fa'il marfu. Binur. So they say binur is the jar and the majroor. They say muta'alliq bi dhahaba. This is what you will see. What does this mean? Muta'alliq is from the bab tafa'ul. And that means ta'allaqa yata'allaqu. Ta'alluqa means to be connected and to be linked. So they say the jar and the majroor are linked. And when it means link, it basically means it's a ma'mul. Correct? It's a ma'mul of the word dhahaba, which is correct. The jar majroor is linked. It is the muta'alliq of the word dhahaba. However, if you were to say, is this also not linked? Isn't the word Allah also linked and muta'alliq to dhahaba? The question is, how is it linked? Unless we don't know the link, the maf'ul bihi is also linked to the fa'il verb. The maf'ul lahu is also linked, muta'alliq to the verb. By saying muta'alliq, we're still stuck. Okay, what meaning does it give? Are you following? So on the books of Arab, we say muta'alliq. Most people study jar majroor become muta'alliq, which is fine, it's not wrong. But my thing is with this is that, and I used to teach it before as well, very recently, but then when I started reading other books, I realized when you say jar majroor muta'alliq, you don't know how to translate. You don't thinking, is it a maf'ul bihi translation, a maf'ul lahu translation, a maf'ul fi translation? Is it the iwaz, is it an ala? So by saying muta'alliq, it's not wrong. There's not anything wrong with that. But it's not enough information to help you understand properly. So you need to go one step further and think, how is it muta'alliq? How is it linked? So we know, okay, it's a ma'mul, it's linked to the verb. How is it linked? Is it linked as a maf'ul fi? Is it linked as a maf'ul bihi? Does everybody understand what I'm saying here? So if you learn jar majroor muta'alliq is correct, but this is why we're not saying muta'alliq, because it's not enough. We need to know more information. How is it muta'alliq? Is that clear? Are you following, Brother Ibrahim? Huh? Does it make sense to you? Right. Let me give a few examples here. Let me explain to you why. Now, as I said, I'm not the only person. Maybe somebody. I don't have to say other book. I'm saying ghayr sari, and I'm making it very obvious and very standard, and everybody I'm saying it. But in any book of Arab, any book of Nahwa, you look at it, you see it's mentioned, not explicitly, but it's hidden in the words here and there. I'm just trying to say, well, let's make it standard across so that we get it easy to understand, and it's like a standard across. Let me give you an example. وَلَا تُخْزِنَا يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ. Okay, أخزى يخزي إخزاءً, to humiliate. So do not humiliate us on the day of Qiyamah. What does Yawm al-Qiyamah? Forget Arabic Arab. What does Yawm al-Qiyamah show in terms of meaning? What does it show? What does Yawm al-Qiyamah show? Yes, مفعول فيه, time. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا. What's في الدنيا showing us? Yeah, it's showing us place as well. So if we say this is maf'ul fi, and we say it's muta'alliq, it doesn't really make sense. Now, they're both showing the exact same meaning, but we're labeling it differently in Arab. Do you understand? So when you say muta'alliq, as if it is something different. This is the same thing. However, this becomes mansoob directly. So we say this is maf'ulun fihi. And we say this is maf'ulun fi, but it comes with a harfun jar. So it doesn't come directly. It's not sarih. Is غير صريح. We say مفعول فيه غير صريح, or another way you see it in the books is you say مفعول فيه بواسطة, with واسطة. واسطة means by means of, by extension of. بواسطة حرف الجر. It becomes مفعول فيه with the harfun jar in between. Become واسطة, by means of. Yes, so you will see this in books as well. You understand? So that's why you make it one muta'alliq, one maf'ul fi. Another example. وَجِيءَ يَوْمَئِذٍ بِجَهَنَّمْ. Every book of Arab will say جَاءَ يَجِيءُ is فعل ماضي and جِيء is فعل مجهول. Isn't it? It's فعل مجهول, isn't it? Yawma idhin becomes what? What's yawma idhin becoming? Maf'ulun fihi. On that day, Jahannam will be brought. What does be Jahannam become? Anybody? If it's naibul fa'il ghayr sarih. And what was the naibul fa'il before it became naibul fa'il in normal sentence? Exactly. The naibul fa'il is before it becomes naibul fa'il. That means that bi jahannam is maf'ul bihi. If for example we use our own structure, we say waja al malaikatu, the malaika will bring. Waja al malaikatu bi jahannam. If in this sentence it can become naibul fa'il, that means in this sentence what must it be logically? What must it be? Maf'ul bihi. Do you understand? So this is why. So they will say jar majrur muta'alliq. In this sentence they say why jar majrur muta'alliq. Fine. It's muta'alliq. It is linked to muja'a. But what's the question? How is it linked? Is it linked as a maf'ul lahu, as a maf'ul fi, as a maf'ul bihi? And the clearest proof of this is wa utbi'u fi hadhi dunya la'na. So this is what? So basically, basically they will be given a la'na in this dunya and the hereafter. The al fir'aun. The utbi'u is fa'il. Let's do it properly. Let me not rush here. So utbi'u is fa'il majhool. And the naibul fa'il, the waw is a naibul fa'il. Okay, is a naibul fa'il. La'na is a maf'ul bihi. What is fi hadi dunya wa yawm al-qiyamah becoming? This is maf'ul fihi. This is sarih. This is now. This is ma'tuf alay. This is ma'tuf alay. And this is going to be what? So how can you have a ma'tuf alay? You say, oh, ma'tuf alay is muta'alliq and like give it a different name, and the ma'tuf is a different name. You understand? So the ma'tuf alay, if the ma'tuf is everybody agrees 100% without any question that this is maf'ulun fihi, because yawm al-qiyamah. And if this is ma'tuf alay, then what does it have to be automatically, logically? It has to be what? It has to match. So therefore, fi hadi dunya, yes, it is. You can't say muta'alliq, but muta'alliq is what I'm saying is correct, but it's not sufficient. So we add on a more detail. How is it muta'alliq? How is it linked? It is linked as a maf'ul fi meaning. Do you understand? And if you find this, if you look in another book of Arab, okay, you say udkhuluha bisalamin amini. What's amini becoming? Enter Jannah aminin. What's aminin becoming? Hal. Bisalam. It's also salimin. If you look in that book of Arab, you say here bisalamin. This is the book of Arab al-Quran. Bisalamin fi mahalli nasbin ala al-hal. What does that mean? Bisalamin fi mahalli nasbin ala al-hali min al-waw. This is a dhul hal. And bisalam becomes what? What's salami becoming? Hal. What do we call this? In our thing? Because it's coming about. So that's why you have one hal, another hal. One hal is sarih, one hal is ghayr sarih. Do you understand? So you see, so they don't have an excess. Say here, fi mahalli nasb. So we're saying here, bisalam, the jar majroor, together fi mahalli nasb al hal. And we just call it hal ghayr sarih. So what we're saying may be strange to some people, is all we've done is we take it out small little points from different books and put it together in a structured way, what's already been said. So it's nothing new, but it may seem new because normally these are like hidden points you will find in various books. But at the end of the day, whether you call it ghayr sarih or bawasitah or fi mahalli nasb, the concept that the jar majrur has a equivalent maf'ul, either maf'ul bihi, maf'ul lahu, maf'ul fi, maf'ul mutlaq, maf'ul ma'ahu, hal, tamiz, or you can have an ala or an iwad meaning. This is established. Do you understand? And now, next last point I want to mention is, if you don't say ghayr sarih, you just say muta'alliq, nothing is wrong. What will happen? يُنَزِّلُ الْمَلَائِكَةَ بِالرُّوحِ. You say, okay, jar majrur muta'alliq. Min amrihi muta'alliq. Ala man yasha min ibadi muta'alliq. Min ibadi muta'alliq. How do you translate it? What's the translation of muta'alliq? You get what I'm saying? You need to analyze now each jar and majrur. What's the slot? What grammatical function is it playing? Do you understand? Are you following me? Do you understand? If you say muta'alliq, you don't know how to translate. What? So if you think now, Now, if you have that غير سري in your mind, you think, okay, well, what is birru? ينزل means to send down. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala sends down the malaika birruh. So it's just by the meaning of with. You say, well, this is the meaning of with. That means that this birruh is maf'ul ma'ahu ghayr. It's maf'ul ma'ahu ghayr sari meaning. Min amrihi. Yes? Now, min amrihi, it just means, is it maf'ul fi? Or is it the reason? You say, well, you wouldn't know this, so you have to tafsir. But they say, okay, this is maf'ul lahu ghayr sarih. This is maf'ul lahu, but via the harf jar. Yes? Ala man yasha. You can make maf'ul fi or maf'ul bihi if you want to, depending on how you want to look at it. And then min ibad is another deeper tafsir we do later on, muta'alliq to the man. Do you understand? So this is why we have this ghayr sarih concept. So it's nothing new. The only difference is that we've bring it out and we mention it every single place in the books of Arab. But so you also need to muta'alliq, because when you read the books of Arab or Quran, you just usually see jar majrur muta'alliq to the fa'il, jar majrur muta'alliq to ism al-fa'il, jar majrur muta'alliq to the ism al-maf'ul. But what you need to do is, when you say muta'alliq, you have to ask another question. What question do you have to ask? Muta'alliq means link. But we want to know what? Not only link, you want to know what? What do you want to know? How it's linked? In what aspect is it linked? Is it linked as a maf'ul bihi or a maf'ul lahu or a maf'ul ma'ahu? So muta'alliq is not wrong, but for me it's insufficient, because we need to understand how to translate, and without knowing how and which way it's linked, we wouldn't understand properly. We just have loads of muta'alliq, we have no idea how to translate it. There's another verse in Surah Nur, I think. Yusibu biha yunazzilu min as-sama'i min baradin fiha min, what's it? Any hafiz in here? Anna Allah yujdi sahaban. Then yeah, وَيُنَزِّلُ مِنَ السَّمَاءِ, one muta'alliq, مِنَ السَّمَاءِ. Then min jibalin, another muta'alliq, min jibalin, min baradin. So you got three means there. If you just say muta'alliq, you don't know. It's not really going to help in translation. You have to be thinking, okay, which one is a maf'ul bihi meaning, which one is a maf'ul lahu meaning, which one is a na'at min ghayr sari. So this is why we've added this additional layer. We're not saying that what is done before is wrong. We're adding an additional layer to clarify. And this additional layer is normally written inexplicitly or subtly within the other books of Arab. We're just bringing it out, so we always think about it. So that's a clarification of the muta'alliq and ghayr sari, which we use in our madrasa or in our books. So if anybody's not unaware or a bit confused why we do that, this is the reason. Is that clear to everybody? Yes? So our students, they don't know anything, they just think, well, this is how it is normally. But so anybody else watching who studied other madrasas will come here, this is why we do this differently, so that we have a more clarity in our explanation. Any questions from anyone? Ji, go ahead. Okay, subhanallah wa bihamdihi, subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika, wa nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, wa nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.